Hello and welcome to an After Effects tutorial by me, Christopher Lynn, with chrislvideo.com. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to animate an iPhone screen in After Effects CS5. So first step you want to do is after you get your composition set up to whatever settings you want, you're going to import the file or the photo of the device you're trying to manipulate. So mine is an iPhone 5. So then you're going to take it, pull it down here, and then chances are you're probably going to have to resize it. So I'm going to resize mine. Let me back up a little more. And then instead of manipulating screenshots in this, I'm just going to manipulate shape layers that would take the place of screenshots. This is just to save time. But if you use actual screenshots from your phone, it will look more realistic because it'll actually look like the phone's being used without anybody touching it. So I'm going to do layer, new shape layer, and I'm going to draw a rectangle over the screen, just enough to cover it. And then I'm going to make a copy of the shape layer because we're going to have two slides in this. And then what you're going to do is you're going to come down and make a copy of your iPhone, the same picture, and that's going to go on the very top. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take the pen tool and you're going to cut out the screen on the top iPhone layer. And then, let me make sure this is at least somewhat clean. Guess it doesn't look too bad. Okay. Okay, and then what you're going to do, is you're going to come over here to this top iPhone layer, go to masks, and then you're going to click subtract. Okay, so now as you can see, if we move this, it has a hole in it, and so what you're seeing is basically it's just showing what passes through the hole. So now what we want to do is we're going to take this blue shape layer and I'm going to move it, oops, wrong direction. I'm going to move it to the right. I'm going to pull it over here just for a second. And then I'm going to take this one and move it over. Then I'm going to get these lined up just about perfect. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to link both of these shape layers together. So now when I move one, it moves both. Okay, so I'm going to move this back to its starting position, which will be right there. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to make two new shape layers. And first of all, the reason why we're going to make these shape layers is we're going to put them on top of these two shape layers, so that way they'll cover them up when the screen scrolls, but they won't be on top of this phone. So it'll look like the phone is all by itself scrolling and these seem to disappear after they reach this point. So I'm going to do layer, new shape layer, and you're going to want to draw one big enough to fit a whole screenshot inside it. And then you're going to want to make it the same color as your background. And I think for simplicity's sake, I'm just going to copy paste it. Put the other one right here. Make sure this is on the very top. And also, the other nice thing about the iPhone the top layer iPhone being on the top is it lets you keep your buttons while still blocking out the screenshots. So let me just test to make sure that will work. Oops. Okay. Okay, so now all we have to do is just mess with the keyframes for the animation. Oop, let me scoot this shape layer over just a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, see, you can't have anything showing or else people are going to find out what you did. Okay, so I'm going to go to this shape layer. Actually, let me go to this one. And then I'm going to keyframe the position. So let's say I want it to scroll after maybe 2 seconds. So I'm going to pull this over to 2 seconds. Well, actually, we want it to has to start from a stop. So we are going to keyframe the position here, and then after 2 seconds, I want this to move to right there. So now when we scrub backwards, you can see it moves. And then after that, say maybe 4 seconds later, let's say I want it to scroll back the other way. So for that, I'm just going to bring it back over to right about there. So now when we scrub through, we can see we have an animation where it scrolls the screen. Now you can also make this screen go up too, and you use the exact same concepts with these shape layers. You make them the same. I just realized I had the stroke on it. You make it the exact same color as your background, so people can't, so you can't see them. But you put shape layers on the top and on the bottom, so that way when you scroll up or down, they disappear. Basically, you just use the shape layer to cover up what you don't want them to see, anybody else to see. So that's just about going to do it for this tutorial. I really appreciate you watching this tutorial, and check back just about every week. I'm going to try and put a new video of some kind up every Monday on my site, and you guys will get to vote on it and make suggestions on what the next week's video should be. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.